guys, it's Bonnie from Dwelling Logs. I wanted to come in. It's already a few days into January and I wanted to give you guys a recap of our December, how that went. Looking forward into the new year. Lots of things to chat about today. I have a couple different planning pages that I'm gonna try to use, and yeah, let's start with what happened in December, how we recapped it, and then I want to show you guys all the things that we have going into the new year. So I have a whole bunch of stuff with me to actually show you guys what we're doing. If you haven't watched my last couple videos from the last 2 months, I've been trying to give you guys this like recap and then looking forward planning kind of goals video or whatever, just to see how we're doing with our goals. So in December, we wanted to do math, fix it grammar, story of the world. We kept that up until about mid-December, which we wanted to take a break. Christmas participation. We did our Advent devotionals, Jesse Tree, we did all that. We did finish Vikings from Gather on Homeschool, which was really great. Really good. The kids really liked it. We took too long to do it though. We let a lot of things get in the way. I kind of wish that we would have done it over the course of 1 to 2 months instead of we kind of kept breaking it up, but we finally finished, so that was really good. Really liked the lap books in that one. I almost want to say that I would, if you wanted to be like minimalist and not do all the things, I would almost do the teacher's guide and the lap book and skip the student book if you wanted to minimize. The student book, of course, has even more learning in it, and it make sure you cover all your subjects and stuff. So if you're using just Gather on Homeschool to get all your subjects done, I would recommend absolutely doing the student book. But if you're just throwing it in as a unit study to what you're already putting together, kind of eclectic style like I do, then I think I would have just happily done the teacher's guide and the lap book. So hard to know. Also a note with that one, the MP3s are amazing. Worth the money, in my opinion. Okay, so we finished that one. We did the Norwegian health unit. What was it called now? It's from Wonder House Creative. I think I forgot the name in the last video as well. Norwegian health practices, or health practices of, it wasn't just Norway, it was Norway and Sweden, like Nordic countries. Anyways, that was really fun, so we finished that. So that was basically our goal, and then we were gonna go into game schooling, which we did. The kids loved that. It was a great way to wrap up 2023 school, and then we just took a big old break for Christmas, which was amazing. And we're kind of still in break mode as well right now, and then today is, I'm recording this on Thursday, the 4th, and so tomorrow we'll still take a break and then we'll start up again on Monday. So let's talk about what I want to start up with. I had shown you guys as well, while we're talking about planning and stuff, I had shown you guys these sheets that I have. I'll link them below. They're a free download. One is just a goal loop with, let's do this one first. So one is this season, like a place where I kind of put like a dream list of all the things I would love to get to in the next month. It also has a place to put your top 3 priorities. What is in season? For example, I have tea time because it's winter, snow time, winter birds. I use this box a lot for like ecology themes. Things to remember, and our dream routine. I go through that every month because as we go, we like to tweak things. So I really like this sheet to go through every month. Then I also have a goal loop that's just for me. Every month I write out what I need to do through top 3 priorities for my home, top 3 for homeschool life, top 3 for work and projects, and then some bonus time, as well as some habits, errands, don't forget what's up next, that kind of thing. So these sheets I'll link below. Because I can never seem to stick to one method of planning, I get an idea and I visualize it. I'm like, oh, I should make that on Canva. So I am doing, I did make a couple other things that I will also link for free. So I just have a basic calendar. I just like to have a basic calendar on my wall, but I like to just a little bit of room to write, like, you can't forget these. These are usually commitments that I have to other people, like projects or like the art that I do for other people, or if I'm gonna contribute in a bundle or something, I like to write these on the top so I remember this month this has to happen. I also make sure I highlight anything in red that has a deadline on here so that I don't forget it. But I really need it in one place. I can't have it in a planner that's all packed away somewhere. And family appointments, it's also our family calendar. I don't do anything for like school planning. This is just life planning, basically, from the day to day. Who needs me? Where do I need to be? Make sure I don't upset anybody. Anyway, so I have January to December for 2024. So I will link just those basic landscape calendar things for you if that's kind of your style too. I have a couple hole punches in them because I have little hooks, sticky hooks on the wall that I just lay them on so that they're out in the open. Again, I can't put that calendar away. And then I want to try something called the weekly sheet. The weekly sheet. So I made this weekly sheet. I have Monday to Sunday that I have here. My plan is to write down things that are unusual on here. So I'm not going to write down math, grammar, unit study, but I might write down group activity with friends, or trip to the library, or a special date on the calendar, swimming lessons, times that we're out of the house. I'm going to use this more for sort of homeschooling more. But I also wanted it to be the list that I looked at for my day. So in my day, I prioritize my home and my kids. And so homeschooling kind of on this side. And then I have seven little icons here for outside. So if we go out, this is a week at a glance. So if we go outside, I color in a tree. That's all the way across. Drinking water, make sure I drink my, what am I up to? 2 liters of water a day. And then I have laundry, dishwasher, counters, sweep, declutter. Those are my daily chores. And then I have some cleaning ones that just need to happen once a week down here with check boxes. And then I have a little empty blank to-do list that I can fill in as the weeks go. So I just wanted this. I'm going to try it out. I've done well with weekly planning sheets before. I'm not a daily planner girl. I know I can never do that, but weekly sometimes I can do. And it's nice for me to look at it and be like, oh, I didn't clean the bathrooms, so I should go do that, or something like that. So I'm gonna try this out. I will share it for free if you want a little weekly sheet. And on the reverse side, I made it 2-sided. It's just lined note on the reverse side, in case there's anything to note. My province doesn't require me to do any kind of documenting for homeschooling, or like submitting records or anything like that for our hours. So this is not going to be helpful for those kinds of families who have to have those details, unless you happen to have some ideas to how to use this for that. But this is just, I'll basically use it and then recycle it when the weeks go by. So, okay. So going forward, the plan for January, I'm pretty excited because we have, well, let me go through this pile here for just a second. So math, we're going to stick with the same thing. My grade 3 guy, he is working through finishing this. It's Apologia. We really like their math. Very hands-on, and not a math that's super independent because there's games and stuff, but we like it. And for my oldest, he's doing Dimension Singapore math because he needs something a little bit advanced. He was finishing up the number 4 books, but that's done. So now we're on to 5A. I accidentally ordered a textbook and a teacher's guide, which is silly because the teacher's guide already has the textbook pages printed in them right there. So I usually don't even order this book at all. I thought I ordered the workbook. I didn't. So we're waiting for that in the mail. So currently this is on pause until the workbook arrives. And then, this is coming up as soon as my middle guy finishes the number 3 book. And then for my little girl, she's doing Rebecca number skills. I am pausing this at the moment though, because I kind of feel like we're going a little fast for her. She's doing very well, but I just want to slow it down a little bit and maybe stick in a few Gather Around Homeschool Ready to Read things for her. And that still goes over math and numbers. She also has the Letters and Sounds book that is currently on pause. I do have language 1 and 3 for Rebecca. I just want to pull from these for all my kids for different grammar and language skills. So I have those around, but we're not doing them consistently. What we are doing consistently is Fix It Grammar Level 1 for my 2 boys. So that's they're 8 and 10, grade 3 and 5. So we're going through these. I also feel like I haven't really been worried about spelling. I'm just not into spelling. I don't know. Anyway, I pulled out this for the new year because this is spelling 1. So it's a very low level, but I thought we should just maybe I kind of want to see where the kids are at for some of the easy words and then decide if I want to add in a spelling curriculum. We do a lot of reading, a lot of copy work, and I just don't find it's organically coming quite like I wanted to, even though I believe that can work and can do just fine. One thing that I really, really, really want to do this year, it's a huge goal of mine, is to really work on reading for my youngest 2. So my 5-year-old needs to have some start if she's interested. I'm not too worried about that, but my 8-year-old, I really want to sit down and have some real consistency with our reading time, make it super fun. I love Bob books. I meant to have some up here to show you guys, but I love Bob book readers. And I love Elephant Peggy. He still does. He thinks those are so fun. And I got like a reading pack from Costco too. So my priority is to keep it fun, but like be more consistent than I have been. I think we need to be consistent at this point. Still like not on the bandwagon of being super worried about it, but I think it's time that I make sure that I'm committed to doing things daily with him. Okay, so the unit studies that we're gonna do beyond math and grammar, I'm excited about. I've had this for a little while. So I got, where is this now? I got the Gather Round Homeschool Middle Ages. So I got the Middle Ages. This time though, instead of getting the whole pack, I tried doing the one student bundle. So my kids and I we're gonna do the upper elementary student book with the teacher's guide. I'm going to change the student book, either cross off or add on, depending on what I think my kids need. And I got the lap book. So like I said, for Vikings, I feel like we could have done the teacher's guide and then just the lap book. But I got the teacher's guide. I got the MP3s for the teacher's guide because the Viking MP3s were so awesome. I got the lap book, and we'll kind of pick and choose through the student workbook pages what we want. So this Middle Ages, let me just go to the index to see what we're covering. So it says introducing an era, the backdrop, the long arm of the church, Constantinople, Battle of Tours, Charlemagne, Treaty of Verdun, Alfred the Great, Otto the Great, Hugh Capet, if I'm saying that right, or Capet, A Great Divide, the First Crusade, the Anarchy, Friedrich Barbarossa, Richard the Lionheart, Magna Carta, Philip the Fair, Scottish Independence, the Black Plague, all the loose ends. So this is, I'm expecting this to be very like person or character heavy. So was Vikings actually. Like you learned a lot about Viking culture, but you also learned a lot about different figures in Viking history. So that's what I'm expecting for this. I'm pretty excited to use it. We love Gather Round Homeschool, love the family style learning. But the other one that I have that will go with this as well, or I want to do either beside or right after, is Wonder House Creative's Middle Ages pack. So I have the European Middle Ages deep dive that Monique did from Wonder House Creative. I also bought her early learning pack, which is basically activities and coloring and stuff to go along. The meaty learning though is in the actual pack. So I was gonna see, she probably has an index here. So reading, we have Middle Ages, a brief summary, medieval geography, feudal system, peasant life, castles, malodorous, Middle Ages, gambling, troubadours and jongleurs. I don't even know how to say these words. I'm gonna have to Google it. Summer is a coming in. Oh, I know that poem. I did like a freebie. If you're subscribed to me, you might have that poem in your inbox. That's very cool. Okay, Barcode Alchemy, the Ripley Scrolls, Becoming a Knight, Knight's Code of Chivalry, Medieval Tournaments, Heraldry, Illuminated Manuscripts, which on that note, I also have this I can put in there. The Medieval Church, Gothic Architecture, Famous Gothic Buildings, the Crusades, and the Medieval Church Reformation. So this is, Monique, she'll often do stuff that is both religious and secular friendly, like, but there's definitely like church history involved with medieval period as well. Like it's all over the politics and stuff. You can't get away from it. So I expect to be learning a lot about church history while we do this. So it'll be interesting, the kind of things that we can kind of slide in. Why I pause with illuminated manuscripts is because I actually have this printable that I've had printed and sitting here by Thistles and Biscuits. They're a duo that does watercolor and art lessons and stuff like that. So I've been waiting to do this printable at the right time, which seems to be with our Middle Ages learning. So I'm really excited to use that. And yeah, the learning pack I'll have on hand from Wonder House Creative. I will try to link all this below. And then I would like to shift to, this was a goal for like a year ago this time. I really wanted to do Shakespeare with my kids. This is my Shakespeare lesson. Shakespeare isn't Middle Ages. Like Middle Ages ends at like 15th century. Shakespeare like starts at the Renaissance, like Elizabethan era, the end of the 1500s. So this is a little bit after that. So once we're done that, I would really like to move into Shakespeare. I have some thoughts on Shakespeare though. I can't remember if I did a video on my Shakespeare unit. If I didn't, I feel like I should. Anyway, I have all of the works of Shakespeare in this set that I got. It was like in a bargain bin, so that was awesome. So we'll be reading Caesar, the Caesar play. I feel like, here's my thoughts. Okay, this first of all is going to tell you all about Shakespeare's background and historical era, some really cool facts. There's some really cool ways to understand his writing and how to understand the rhythm in his writing, and there's coloring sheets, and I love this PDF. I think it's great. Even some conspiracy theories. And then I go into help on starting to study the Caesar play, or at least a portion of it. Then you can decide if you want to do the whole thing. The reason why I chose Caesar, here's the thing. Shakespeare, I'm a fan. I think Shakespeare was amazing, changed our English language incredibly, incredibly world-renowned, not just in Western culture. So I think Shakespeare is important to learn about as far as like being a historical figure and producing quality writing. But Shakespeare also had a lot of humor and sexuality and stuff like that. That's for me where things get a little bit like, whoa, when I'm teaching my kids. So when I looked at the plays myself, there are quite a few of his plays that I've seen recommended for children. The one that I thought was most appropriate was Caesar. Some people might say, well, there's like killing in that one. And it's like, well, I'd prefer that over sexuality. So there's a few different ones that I actually listened to the audio of before I chose. And I just thought, no, I think that I want to go with this one. Maybe when they're older, there'll be more. But I think to give a good recommendation for Caesar plays, probably should talk to someone who's listened or watched or been to more plays or has read more plays than me. But I did want to enter in with a certain amount of caution because his plays were very adult focused, like adult audience focused or whatever. So just, I guess, take that with a grain of salt and do your own, evaluation of it. But I'm very happy to study Caesar with my kids and check out Shakespeare's work, experience his writing. Something really cool, and I mentioned that in here, is I give you some links for some books we've actually gotten, Back to the Future and Star Wars, written in iambic pentameter, which is like the rhythm of Shakespeare's poetry, so that you can kind of understand. So there are some alternative readings that you could do if you're studying Shakespeare that are absolutely kid-friendly. So, I mean, it's Back to the Future. It's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna try not to get distracted with like all the things I wanna do. I wanna kind of keep it to a theme. I already have like 2 themes going on with medieval and Shakespeare, but I kind of wanna have, if we finish up medieval quickly, I want to know what we're rolling into. So Shakespeare will be next. And then, okay, so top 3 priorities will always be core subjects. And then I want to focus on history. It seems to me that there's like kind of a natural tendency here to go towards outdoor science, nature science, and that kind of thing in the summer. And so in the winter, it just seems natural to have subjects that are more history focused, or maybe not so natural science focused, maybe more chemistry or something we could do. I also have a lot of human body resources, which I think will probably go onto my February list, depending on how successful we are at wrapping this up. Which brings me to the topic of Nature Study Club. Nature Study Club's January theme was human body. It's amazing. Anyway, so all that is digitally tucked away for me to pull from whenever I want to, which is amazing. I will link to Nature Study Club too. That's a affiliate link though, because I am affiliated with them because I paid for them, and yeah, it's an affiliate link. Okay, so history subjects like wintertime, cozy, hygge vibes are priorities along with our core subjects. What's in season? I'm gonna keep tea time on there. I feel like tea time is in season. Winter birds is still on there. That's going to be the nature study subject. It's on the calendar for February. That's a possibility for next month. Anyway, snowflakes. I've seen snowflake studies. So there's all that kind of stuff in season right now. I also want to just get good again at getting outside even on the cold days. We haven't had a lot of cold this winter yet. It's been like pretty great and mild. But I want to make sure that we're getting outside so that when those cold days do come, we're like in the habit of like, no, let's go outside for some fresh air. Cause it's really easy to hibernate, I feel like, in the winter when it gets really cold. Dream routine. Okay, so my dream routine this month is still gonna be like wake and work. That's kind of what I do before the kids get up. I would like to exercise more, make sure I drink all my water I'm supposed to be drinking. I think I mentioned in another video, but I'm eating a little bit differently and trying to focus on my health a little bit more with different supplements and stuff like that. So yeah, and last time I also had a tidy house to enjoy. I have been a little bit better, partly because I had company over Christmas every day. My mom and sister were here to also help me tidy up, but it just felt really good to just keep on top of the house a little bit. And then we have cleaner spaces that just feel nicer to be kind of cozy in and snuggled up. So I would like to continue that. I'm hoping that the habits that I've been building the last few weeks will continue, because that's not always the case with me in the house. But yeah, I think that's kind of a wrap for priorities. So I will do a recap and a planning session next month as well, let you know how everything went. And I hope you guys have a great January. Happy New Year. And I hope you have a great homeschool month. We'll see you next time.